Live from the Las Vegas Strip studio in tantalizing Las Vegas, chilly Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Better Center Live. I'm your host, Brad Stein. You can watch us daily, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but we do it 7 a.m. PST on Saturdays, hosted by Louis Diamond the First, and Sundays, sometimes me, sometimes Louis Diamond. That's at 8 a.m. PST. Welcome again. I hope you enjoyed Week 14 of the National Football League. We have a fantastic show today. Why, you ask? Because we have three professional sports handicappers right here. We're going to introduce them, but before we do that, we are going to have a highlight reel today. We're going to discuss Monday Night Football, and of course, we're going to sum up what did you learn from these great three pro handicappers. Let's introduce them. First, we have Louis Diamond the First. He's also the producer. You can watch us and get more information on bettercenter.com and also YouTube at Louis Diamond. And don't forget about Facebook. That's Louis Diamond. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Brad. Hope you're ready to start the week off with more winners.
More wins. That's what we like to hear. Then we have this guy from Rochester, New York. There's just not many like him. They don't make many people like this guy. Ross Benjamin, your Buffalo Bills were absolutely fantastic. We ripped apart their defense before, or maybe a little criticized, but they looked pretty good, forcing 2 interceptions. And I think they only gave up like 224 yards, and they finally sacked Ben Roethlisberger, the first team to do that in 6 games. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, first of all, thank goodness there's not a lot of guys like me out there. And secondly, secondly, the Buffalo Bills, hey, they're for real. You look at the teams they beat this year, their schedule's been one of the toughest, and people don't realize that they've now beaten 5 teams with a winning record this season. Last night, an impressive win over Pittsburgh. And Josh Allen continues to impress. After a difficult first half, he really bounced back. And what about Stefon Diggs, Brad? What a player.
Yeah, 100. He's the first player to have 100 catches this year. And isn't he like the first guy to have 100 catches on the Buffalo Bills since Eric Moulds? Is that right?
That's correct. Eric Moulds set the record with 101 receptions in 1 year, and he's at 100. So I think barring something unforeseen, he's going to break that record. Plus, he's on pace to get close to 1,500 yards receiving before it's all said and done.
Then we have this other guy. He's originally from New York City. He now resides in Las Vegas, Nevada. Some people say he's a chip off the old block. I call him the chipster. He's a great man, but we're both hurting right now after the New York Giants laid a stink bomb offensively against the Arizona Cardinals. Mr. Chip Tribus, welcome to the show. Help us out here.
Yeah, well, the Giants are who we thought they were.
No video.
Brad, you're looking healthier. You're looking better and healthier every time I see you. It's good to have you back.
All right, guys. All right, let's go back to Louis Bag of Diamonds. What did you learn from yesterday, Sunday, Week 14 of the National Football League?
Well, there may be a new beast in the NFC East. Jalen Hurts comes up, giving you something to talk about, making the NFC East possibly a very interesting run between the football team, Redskins, and whatever that. But between that, Washington and Philadelphia and the Giants, we may have some exciting football that comes out of there to end the season. So I'm learning that I got to keep my eye on it, and I got to keep my eye on Mr. Jalen Hurts.
RB wins beside the Buffalo Bills being a real football team and the third-ranked team in the AFC right now, possibly can get to number 2 because they just defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers. What else did you learn from yesterday?
That Minnesota needs a field goal kicker, whatever. They lose 26-14. They were plus 6.5. Dan Bailey went 0 for 3 on field goal attempts yesterday. Also missed an extra point. And not so much that he missed all 3, but he missed all 3 terribly. And boy, oh boy, that cost me a cover. The Miami Dolphins, their defense has received a lot of accolades nationally this year. Some of it rightfully so, but in my eyes, they're an overrated defense. They've now played 5 teams with winning records this year, And they did go 2-3 in those games, Brad, but they gave up 524 yards to Buffalo, 441 to Seattle, 471 to the Rams, 442 to Arizona, and 448 to Kansas City. If indeed they make the playoffs, that looks like a team that's going to make a quick exit based on those numbers, because they're definitely going to face a winning team at that particular juncture in time. So, and we talk about parity in the NFL, and that's true. Every week we see why there's so much parity in the NFL when unexpected results come in. But, there's no parity between the AFC and NFC right now, Brad. We got 9 teams in the AFC right now that have a winning record. In the NFC, 10 of the 16 teams have losing records. So that's all I got for you.
Yeah, I got one more for you. Dan Bailey made NFL history. He becomes the first kicker since 1961 to miss 3+ field goals and 1 extra point in a game without making one. That's the most disgusting, disturbing thing I've ever heard. Chip, please help us out again. What the heck did you learn from yesterday?
I learned that our beloved Giants aren't all that good. And they're probably going to end up in the basement because Dallas may come alive. We know Philadelphia has some energy now with Jalen Hurts running the show. And Washington is a lot more solid club than people realize. And I think the Giants are headed for the cellar in the NFC East.
Oh,
that's a little sad.
Hey, just a quick note, Brad, that Alex Smith got hurt yesterday, and it looked like the leg that he originally hurt in that horrific injury. That's bad news for Washington. I mean, I know their defense is top notch. Boy, oh boy, what a player Chase Young is. But it looks like it's a possibility they're going to have to go with Dwayne Haskins the rest of the year. And I don't know that for a fact. I got to look at the report. So that could be a major factor going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
that will be a major factor. Yeah.
Probably. But they need to know what they have in Dwayne Haskins. They did draft him top 10 a couple years ago. He's a great kid. I interviewed him.
Well,
I don't think Ron Rivera's thrilled with him. You know what I mean? It wasn't his guy. He wasn't drafted in his tenure. So I don't think he has the loyalty to that pick compared to a coach that had been there and had some say in bringing him in, Brad. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
I
absolutely.
would think that Haskins is an automatic go against from what I've seen out of him, and he will hurt that Washington team. So boy, oh boy, I guess after that makes my comment about Jalen Hurts maybe something that we need to look forward to. Giants, Chip says Giants are done. Maybe then we may have Alex Smith out. Look at that, Eagles. Whoa. And I'm far from an Eagles fan, I tell you that. So, but speaking of them kickers, if I could just jump in here real quick, I want to try to make you feel a little better, Ross. My first bet ever, my first NFL bet ever, I was 16 years old, and I had bet the Minnesota Vikings over the Atlanta Falcons, and I was minus. I don't remember what the point spread was, but I do know that Jan Stenerud missed his first extra point. The greatest kicker in NFL history missed his first extra point on my first bet to beat me by a hook.
Wow. Yeah. And, those were the days. Those were the days the extra points were attempted from the 10-yard line.
Yeah. And, the greatest kicker in NFL history, number one. Right. Yeah. And number two, that's the next day is the day I found out about juice. I thought I only owed $25. I had to come up with $27.50. And holy shit, did I learn hard that day.
Hey, Chip, do you remember your first bet?
Yeah, I had a $20 bet, and I, just like Louis, had no idea that I owed $22 when the game went down. That was the start.
I'll tell you a quick story, guys. You want to know how I got started? My father used to like to bet the parlay cards every week, and he would bring them home, and I'd sit and watch the games with him all the time, see his emotion swings when he wins and loses, and bad plays and good plays. So I said, Dad, could I fill one of these out? I was about 7 years old. And back then you could use, and nowadays you have to pick at least 4 teams, I think. Back then you could pick 3 teams. I picked 3 teams. He put $1 on it for me at 1, and I got $5 back. I was elated, and I thought it was going to be easy from there on out.
now we got to go here, guys. Great story, Ross. My first actual wager was not that bet. That was my first NFL bet with the bookie. When I was a kid, my dad would take us to the track, and I couldn't stand it. Half hour between a 2-minute race. What are you guys thinking? I had nothing to do all day. So my dad bribed me. He says, listen, if you're good, okay, I'll give you $2 to bet a trifecta on the last race. He bribed me. And guess what happened? The last race came along. I was good. I had $1 in my pocket. I said, take this $1 with your $2. And I made my trifecta pick. In my mind, my father would play our address, and which is also his birthday every day for the trifecta. That was his life. He enjoyed it, and $2 trifecta every day on it. So, and I was like, boy, he never wins. So I went and bet my best friend's address that day. And would you know it, my first bet ever, I hit the trifecta with my best friend's address. Not just a $2 bet, a $3 bet, $1 out of my pocket. Picked up $400. I must have been 8 years old. How was I going anywhere? I was in. That's it.
Oh, boy. All right, 3 amigos, it's time to move on. We're going to highlight our handicappers. This is where we get those highlights of how wonderful our men did yesterday. Let's take a look. Eugene.
Dolphins at home, strong enough for me to believe that they can do what the past 4 opponents have done with Kansas City, and that's keep it reasonably close.
They are a playoff team, and they need to be reckoned with. Is it good enough? I think so with the points.
I've been on them all year. They're 7-1 against the number the last 8 games, and I'm not going to go against them now.
Arizona will finally get a soft spot in their schedule, desperate for a win. I think they get it. They go in and get a convincing win against the Giants. Play for me here is Arizona Cardinals.
I don't see it getting to the number today. I'm going to back the under of 46 in this game.
I'm going to not waste a ton of time. I'm playing Detroit this game. I liked them last week. Coach, they won the game. I'll take Detroit and the 8 points.
The last 10 times these 2 teams have played in Jacksonville have stayed under the total, and I'm gonna back that angle today.
Thank you, everyone. That was week 14 of the National Football League we just covered. Go to bettercenter.com, get some great picks, make some money. All right? Wow. Very colorful. They added me in. Wonderful. Guys, we have one hot football game tonight. It's Monday Night Football. Let's tackle that right now. The Ravens at the Browns. This opened up the Ravens -2.5. Currently -3. Over under started at 48. It is now 46. Chip Chirimbus, please start us off.
All right, coming off a loser Sunday night, I'm still 23-11 on these standalone Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games. Cleveland's got a lot to play for, even though they're 9-3 here, and it would seem like the Ravens are more desperate. But I think the motivation for the Browns is going to be from opening day, when they just got annihilated. I believe it was 38-6 by these Ravens, and they really were never in it and never had a shot. I think they may have a little motivation here because of the way they were handled. Great running game by the Cleveland Browns, a dual running backs back there that actually is probably a better overall running game than the Ravens have, led by Lamar Jackson. We know Lamar Jackson ran for over 1,000 yards last year. He was the MVP. But if you can bottle him up, you can bottle up the Ravens. I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be very conservative. I expect it to be an under total with both teams looking to run the ball.
Ross, 3 points. That's what separates us. Ravens -3. Who are you taking?
Well, first of all, if you go to bettercenter.com, I have my NFL Monday night total of the year going tonight in this game. So just a reminder, folks, you could dabble in, make some good money. And if you want to know how good I'm doing on my NFL totals, even with yesterday's loser on the Philadelphia game going under, I still 14-4 with my last 18 NFL totals, including 11-4 this season. And going even further back than that, 42-25 with my last 67 NFL totals. That's good for 63%. That's no fluke. And also, my NFL Monday night picks this year are 8-4. That's good for 67%. Just saying, Brad. As far as the game tonight, I agree with Chipper. I think revenge is going to be a key factor here. I think that Cleveland's a much better team at this juncture than they were in their season opener. They've won 9 of 11 since. They've also held teams to 107 yards or less rushing in 9 of 12 games this year. When you have two rush-heavy teams like these two teams are, that speaks volumes to me. And Baltimore at this juncture, I don't believe is right now. At the beginning of the year, everybody was all over Baltimore after last year's 14-2 run. They got upset in the first round. They were going to do it again this year. I wasn't one of those guys jumping on that bandwagon. And since that went over the Browns, they're just a 6-5 team. And then you look at the turnover differential. Baltimore over their last 6 games, which coincides with sort of their slide here. They're at a minus 3 turnover differential, while Cleveland over their last 10 games is at +9. So I look for that to come into play. And Chip's right. You look at the Cleveland running game, it's a true running game. It's not a gimmick running game like Baltimore has with Lamar Jackson. You'd be hard-pressed. Derrick Henry obviously is the best running back in all football right now. However, the Browns' 1-2 punch of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt is probably I would say, in my estimation, the best 1-2 punch in the NFL as far as a tandem of running backs. I like Cleveland here. I'm actually seeing a 3.5 out there too, Brad. I'm going to take Cleveland here plus the 3.5 over Baltimore.
Agreed on that running game. Cleveland, two-headed monster. Louis, I know he's your favorite quarterback in the NFL, but Baker Mayfield, you have to give him a little credit, has not thrown an interception in 5 games, and Cleveland wins when he's efficient. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is his opportunity to really, really prove the critics wrong. This game in the beginning of the season, if you remember, I was on Cleveland. I really thought Cleveland was going to be something for Baltimore to contend with, because I did see the drop-off in Baltimore. I didn't see the big drop-off that they really have come to, so I'll admit that, but I wasn't expecting Baltimore to have what they had. And so I was on Cleveland in the first game, and this has been a road series. So Cleveland has covered at Baltimore. Baltimore has covered at Cleveland. And, so I'm sitting on, and then I see the home dog on Monday night. And I'm going back, Ross and I, we mess around with the numbers a little bit. So a few weeks ago, we're back, and I said, let's just take a look at those home dogs on Monday night. And it truly is a coin flip. It was a big thing for the first 20 years. But since then, it's really, truly been a coin flip. So you really don't have that home dog on Monday night thing as an edge. So
yeah, but Louis, the division home dogs on Monday night do a lot better though. Yeah, you're right. Well, we did go over that, but if you recall, yeah, the division home dogs on Monday night do much better.
Okay, good thing to know, and I wish I would have known that before this. I may have had a different opinion. Well, honestly, I gotta be with you guys here on the Cleveland side. Anyways, I was just trying to grab some nuggets. So, but I'm leery because it's been that home and home series. I missed earlier on this game. Baker just had this phenomenal game, and his wife spoke out after it. Boy, they put not for nothing, that's a monkey on your back now on Monday Night Football. And now Lamar, after all their, dismay, and they're really falling down, they have to win this way more than Cleveland. And so I'm leery of it. So I think it's a close game. So you know what I do in those games? I'll just look for it. There you go. That's it, guys. Yeah, it's the coward's way out, but you know what? It's a tough game to really say one of these two teams is going to really make it happen, at least in my opinion. That's all.
Chip, are you surprised Baltimore losing 4 out of 6 games and Cleveland playing so well that Baltimore's favored by 3?
Well, the fact that they're favored here the way they are, I'm a little surprised at. But Baltimore's had so many issues with the viruses and who was playing and practices that they didn't have and rescheduling. I am kind of surprised they are favored here with all those things factoring in. But it's a Monday night game, I guess. Cleveland has a 9-3 record. They're an underdog at home. This should raise a flag to me, but I ended up staying with that. What do we have? All these trends with the home dog on a Monday night and the division home dog? I think I'm in the middle of that.
All right, guys. I guess we only have one game today, so that's probably your most interesting play. Do you have any final words, Chip, before we bring this back to Ross?
No, I think the comparisons of the running games and how they're going to play out are the key factors here. Can you stop Lamar Jackson from running? Is Ingram going to be back for the Ravens or whoever they have as their I think they put a few running backs on the shelf, so whoever was their secondary runner compared to Jackson is going to have a good day, because I just see this Chubb and this Hunt as running wild once again. These guys just have the best running game and duo balance running game in the league.
Yes, they certainly do. Ross, any final words, final thoughts, or most interesting play of the day?
My most interesting play today is the one I have up for sale, Brad. I have my Monday night total of the year, folks. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. That's my Monday night total of the year. 14-4 the last 18. 42-25 with my last 67 NFL totals picks. That's a pretty good sample size and a pretty good win percentage at 63% over 67 plays. So again, folks, NFL total of Monday night total of the year. Going tonight, 8-4 with my Monday night picks this year. This by far is the strongest of all those 13 picks.
Thank you, Ross. And Bag of Diamonds, most interesting play, final words, go.
Okay, my most interesting play is going to be in college basketball today. I am currently, yesterday we split up 1-1, Saturday 3-6, I think it was our third losing day of the season. And right now, current record 103-75. And there's 3 plays on bettercenter.com. Right now, they're not there yet, but I have 3 college basketball games. I will give you one right now, which is going to be Colorado, and they are minus the 14. So that will be one play. If you want to get the other 2 plays, and Colorado's playing Northern Colorado, they will be on bettercenter.com. And as far as final words, this is what I will tell you. If you are my client, I do not have a very solid opinion on this game, but there's a reason why I bring guys like Ross and Chip to the table, because I know that when they have something, it's time to pay attention. So if you are my client and a paying client, you will be getting Ross's Monday night NFL total of the year from me. I will take care of Ross for that. But when you win, maybe you'll send Ross a little love over there on Better Center as well. Because I will tell you this, if he's that strong, I'm following him. Hopefully you will as well. So get out to the website. We got some winners, guys. Good luck.
Thank you, Louis Diamond. Thank you, Chip Chirimbus. And, of course, Ross Benjamin. And don't forget our technical director from Spotlight Film Productions. They call him Eugene Stewart. Everyone, thank you again. Don't forget to watch us on bettercenter.com, YouTube at Louis Diamond, and Facebook. We do this 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time during the week, 7 a.m. on Saturdays, Pacific Standard Time. And, of course, PST is 8 a.m. on Sundays, where we discuss the National Football League. My name is Brad Stein. This is Better Center Live. You have a wonderful day. And tonight, Monday Night Football, the Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Go Brownies! Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.